Hi guys, good to have you all back and welcome to hashtag ABCApril 2025. This is actually the first video that I'm recording after the kickoff. So I only now found out if you like it, if you're joining in. Apparently, you're joining in. All of you. It's amazing, guys. It's so fantastic. Tony and I are trying to keep up. We're trying to keep up with all your videos, with all your posts on Instagram. I know there are Facebook book groups around that are also joining. Unfortunately, love, I don't use Facebook, so I cannot respond to this. Tone and I are trying to respond to every video and every Instagram post, yes. But we need to follow the hashtag. Now, there are a couple of questions about the hashtag. What is it? How do you use it and such? Well, if you are a YouTube creator, have this hashtag. I've highlighted it. Yes, this one. Do not misspell it. Do not forget the hashtag. This is called, this crossy thingy here, a hashtag in your title. Yes, if you put it in your title, we can find you straight away. If you just put it in the description box, you'll be lower on the list. Eventually, we will find you, but please put it in a title. If you're posting on Instagram, just in your description somewhere, yeah? Because, you know, we can click on it or put it in your search bar, loves. Let me try to show you on my other telephone what a search bar looks like. It's this here. You click under this, yeah, and then you go there. This is Dutch. It says search, and then you fill in hashtag ABCApril 2025, and look how many are joining. Yes. It's just, you know, this is just one day. This is just one day. So we are amazed, lovies. Look at all of this. This is just for one day. And also we do this on YouTube. Now, Tony is creating a YouTube playlist. So many videos are already on there that we quickly had to sort of look up how many will fit on there. We're good. It's 5,000. We're not going to reach 5,000 videos. No, but let's go for 500, right? Let's go for 500. Also, so many videos out there. We want to watch every single one of them, but 24 hours in the day, I need a solid 8 hours of sleep, and then for the rest of the time, I'm doing this and trying to catch up on your videos. I will try to catch up this weekend. So I've not seen all the videos. I'm trying to. I will comment on all of them, but they are all in the playlist if they have this hashtag in the title. So do not forget this, right? So on YouTube, you can just click on the playlist. It's linked in the description box. And on Instagram, you search the hashtag. Also, I am trying to comment on all of them. And some of them I even have in my stories to sort of highlight them. Speaking of highlight, Tony and I are finding out so many new artists or artists that we have forgotten about. I feel that the community is reaching out to one another. It's like, hey, remember me? I make beautiful art. Or, hey, I'm new here. Look what I made. That's just amazing. I think this is going to be fantastic. So we found out some amazing new artists. If we want to do shout outs to everyone, that'll be a whole separate video. This video is going to be long, lovies. Get a snack and a cup of tea because I have a project that's going to be amazing. But I do want to give a shout out today to someone that I found last Monday joining the ABCApril collab that I really want to give a shout out to. Last Monday, I discovered a new channel. Her name is Diane. She did reach out to me via email. I didn't fully understand what was going on. I understand now. So I watched her video. Now, this is not a sad, sappy, pity story. I am Dutch. We don't do those. No, they rub us the wrong way. In my opinion, this is a story of victory, of perseverance, of humbleness, gratefulness, and total inspiration. You need to go watch this lady who is crafting, who is overcoming some obstacles in the most gracious way. Diane, I love you. My hat is off to you. Go watch her. Yes? Go give her a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to her channel, say hi from me. Yes, I am not a cold person. Yes, I cried for hours after watching the video, but that's not why I'm sending you. I am sending you because It's just awesome. It's just totally awesome. So please go visit Diane. I'm linking her channel below. I'm going to contact Diane because she had the hashtag in the description box and not in the title. So I'm hoping she can put it in the title. Fantastic. Okay, enough with the tears and the drama. Let's do the letter C. Yes, it's Thursday. It's the letter C. It's my day. So I have plans. Let me tell you. Let's just see what's on the list. It says correspondence, cover, collage, clusters, and charms. Now, I could easily come up with 10 more. It was a very sort of easy letter to come up with prompts for junk journaling and or paper crafting. Yeah, but these are the ones that I put down. I want to do a couple of them in one project because that's a challenge for me. I'm not doing clusters. No, I'm leaving that to the cluster queen, also known as Tony. Yeah, she is just amazing at it. As you might know, I also want to do a little bit of an educational part, you know, to sort of talk a little bit about one of the items on here. Now, collage is on here. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love collage. It's a very important aspect of decorating and junk journaling and project making. I absolutely love it. And I get a lot of questions about this. How do you come up with this? What do you do and such? Now, I did not attend collage college, so I'm not an expert on it by no means. However, I have done a video on this. I'm going to link it below. I will do another one in future. Do not know when. Whenever I have the time. Yeah, so I am actually not going to go in depth on collage, but more on correspondence. Because correspondence, if you're just starting out with junk journaling, if you're a junk journaler, this is golden. Let me explain why. So what do I consider correspondence and why is it so important for junk journalers and paper crafters? Well, anything and everything that comes through your mailbox is correspondence because it's people reaching out to you through a newspaper, a magazine, a letter, a postcard, a bill, a brochure, a flyer, packaging. Everyone that's sending this out to you is reaching out to you, so it is correspondence. Now, why is it so important for junk journalists? Because you can use everything, I think 95% that comes through the mailbox, you can use in junk journaling. It's a free source of material, so it's like gold. Absolutely. So that's why I want to do a little bit something on correspondence, because lots of newbies out there that don't have all the beautiful materials, yeah, and you want to start creating. Well, keep an eye out on your mailbox because fantastic. So I am going to show you expensive. I have some expensive correspondence. I have cheap correspondence, also starts with a C, and I have free correspondence. Let me show you all three of them and let's do a little project using all of these. These are some items that came through my mailbox just over the last couple of days. A sort of a brochure thingy on, you know, stuff. Yeah. What would I use this for? Numbers. Cut out the numbers. Yes. And then these circle thingies, you can use the paper, but I mostly look at numbers. So if you don't have all the fancy stamps, if you don't have all the fancy ephemera, you can make lovely labels with just a very bold big number, for instance. Then I have a junk mail envelope. This one was actually really, really lovely. You have an envelope with a window, so bonus. Yes, we can use it. And it came with free postcards. Not my style at all, but that's quite all right. And even envelopes. So yeah, win-win situation for this one. Absolutely love it. Then my ink subscription came in. So we have corrugated cardboard. You can make a journal cover out of this. I am not going to use this to make a journal cover today because I did so in the past. But it's just packaging, Amazon packaging, or packaging. Newspaper again. You just cut out some stuff. Yes, Eva from Bohemian Crafting did the 100-day project using just newspapers. Then some flyers and such. Now this is for me way too bold. And how would I use it? I would cover the whole thing up. I would most likely just fold it in, have it as sort of a base, and then put some lovely papers over it and make it into a pocket or something. This is a little bit sturdier. Sorry guys, my address is on the other side. Again, fold it in a couple of ways and decorate it, and voila. So more of these and magazines. Look for lovely images. Look at that. Yes, map from Spain. Yeah, and well, you can probably find another map, Scotland, and numbers, and well, you can probably find other stuff in here as well. Like this is just, look at it like this. It's just sort of a print that you can maybe use. Yeah. So use what you have, what you can find. So this is free stuff. Yes. I'm going to show you expensive stuff first and then the cheap stuff. This is some of the expensive stuff. Yes, also very addictive. I love stuff that came through the mailbox about 100 years ago. Yeah, so these are vintage and most of them even antique. These are invoices and bills and such that came probably through the mail. Yes, no fax back then or whatever. And then we have some beautiful, these are antique postcards that also came through the mail. Yeah, and then letters and beautiful envelopes with lovely old post stamps. So love these. They can be expensive and very hard to find. Fortunately, in the Netherlands, I can find a lot of postcards and envelopes. These not so much, but I have a dealer in France. Oh my goodness. Sophie in France is my dealer. She's my dealer. Yeah, so she finds a lot of these. So that's the expensive bit. Also, you just have the one. Yeah, that you can use, but then you've used the one. It's quite all right if you use in a journal or another project and you keep that project or journal, because then it will be there forever. But if you're more like a hoarder like me, yeah, you just hoard them. So that's sort of the downside to all this beautiful paper. It can be very expensive, very hard to find, and you just hoard them. Well, that's what I do. I need to start using it. But there's a solution for this. Let me show you. The solution is digital kits, either in the form of scanned ephemera. These are scans from real pieces that I have, or designed ephemera with a postal theme. This is, I believe this is called Postal. Was it? Yeah, I think so. It's from last year, so you can use this. And this is correspondence that I released a couple of months ago. I believe February. Yeah. You can print them again and again and again. So you can just use them whenever you want. I know that this sounds cheap. It is cheap because these are not as expensive as one of those cards. And you can use the card one time and you can use this again and again. The only thing is you need to have a printer. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about a printer. When I was doing my live with Tony, one of the first questions was what printer do you use? Okay, I have an amazing printer. Yes, it's an expensive one. When I bought it, it's even more expensive now. If you're just starting out, you do not need my printer. That's ridiculous. It's now about 700 euros. That's ridiculous. Start out with a normal printer. Yes, I can only tell you what they cost in the Netherlands and what I would recommend. I would recommend, not sponsored, an HP. I started out with an HP and they are between 60 and 120 euros. Yeah. Very important if you really want to use it to get an ink plan or an ink description. You will never run out of ink. It will be delivered to your door. They start from around 5 euros up until 15 euros. If you have the small plan, you could probably print out 100 pages a month. I have the big plan, and that is an unlimited amount of pages because I need it. So it's a big investment, of course, for your first time. But after that, you can print these again and again. And some digital kits that I bought 5-6 years ago, I still print out. Yes, because they can be amazing. Yeah, so digitals in digital form, correspondence. This is actually called correspondence and this postal. I believe postal. I don't remember anymore. I'm going to link both of them below. More links. They're available on my Ko-fi. There are always freebies that accompany these lovelies. So yes, that is the cheap version. Yeah? Okay. Let me explain what the project is today. During the project, we're going to do an experiment on the side. On the side. It's not an experiment because I know it will work, but it will show you how to use some... Oh, we're going to use this. We're going to do something with these. Yeah? Okay, let me get my desk in order, tell you what the project is, and also start the experiment. So here's my plan. I want to make a cover, collage it with correspondence in a correspondence theme, yes, and also add some charms to the cover. I'm just going to make the cover, not the whole journal, right? Okay, so for charms, I'm going to take out some charms and some beads and buttons and stuff. I do not have that on my desk yet. But for the other stuff, I'm using the cheap, free stuff, yes? The packaging, I need a strip of corrugated cardboard, something heavier. I'm using a big yellow manila envelope. I got a whole bunch of these from a friend of mine. And these are amazing to make a journal cover with. So, big envelope. I'm going to do collaging with envelopes. You can use your junk mail for this. I have two categories. I have my vintage envelopes, these, and I have my antique ones. I might use some antique ones, or I'm going to take out some digitals. And that is for the cover for collaging. Yeah, I'm also going to have probably a topper on it. I do not know yet, lovelies. I'm going to use some hardware, brads, eyelets, ruler knife, glue, scissors. Corner rounder starts with a C. I'm probably not going to use the corner rounder. Yeah, so it's going to be a journal cover from packaging materials, from envelopes. Yes, I'm going to take out postage stamps and everything that has to do with correspondence. Right? Some inking and whatever. Okay, speaking of correspondence and postage stamps, I'm going to do an experiment as well. Let me show you what we're doing. So this is the experiment. I have some lovely envelopes. Well, the envelopes are okay, but I really love the postage stamps. Now, I don't know, some of these might be a little bit newer, which means the postage stamps were actually stickers and not gummed postage stamps. I don't really know, but I'm going to try it. Here's the thing. If you just want to use postage stamps, yeah, you take out a bowl, a plate, or something. Warm water. Yes, as warm as you can handle. And you just put, I'm gonna rip this. Well, that's not rippable because there's some tape on it. I'm just gonna put these in. Oop, don't rip through my airmail thingy because that's the most beautiful one. And you soak them. There you go. Here's one. I'm just gonna do one layer. I'm gonna take this off. Because it's very important. It's also soaked on the bottom part. Don't know how much of this is stickers or glued gummed postage stamps. Just gonna do this. I did make sure that I didn't really love the envelope. Sometimes the insides of the envelopes are just amazing. Don't cut this. So I'm not using those. I want to cut out this. I'm weird, I know, but it's just lovely. You can cut these out. I will remove the back part because they need to be soaked on the front and on the back. Yes, so you just put them in. I know some people put in dishwasher detergents, soap thingies. I don't. I never do. But I do use warm water. Yeah? So I'm going to keep this aside. And we're going to check in at the end of the video if it worked. Because the postage stamps will come off. And then you can use them. So for now, let's concentrate on the cover. I have this big manila type of envelope. Yes, a big one. Doesn't need to be manila. Doesn't need to be this big. Just a big envelope with flappy here. Now, this still has the flap on. If you have a really used one, you don't actually need this. You don't need it. Could be just an opening here. This is actually unused. I got a whole bunch of these from a friend of mine. I'm so grateful because they're an excellent source for making a journal cover. Now, I've been thinking, see this? Yeah? this is going to function as sort of a closure. I'm going to make this into a closure. I will glue these together because I don't want these to fold open or fold up. Yeah, this is going to be the closure part. This is going to fold in and then sort of be tucked underneath here. This is going to be closure. This is going to be the journal. I am, however, going to make a small spine in here. About here somewhere. For this, I'm going to use a piece of this cardboard. Now, this is a total experiment. Never done this before. Well, not this, the making of the spine on this. So I'm hoping it goes well. Hoping it goes well. First off, I'm going to glue this to one another so it won't open up again. Oh my goodness. Art, are you going to cooperate today? There we go. So while I'm gluing this, loves, I just received in the mail, I ordered some new sticker paper, some cheap stuff. Not happy with the cheap stuff. I would rather invest in something a little bit more expensive. Because I want to do, I want to try to print out labels on sticker sheets. And then I love using my labels, but why not have them as sticker sheets? So I love my labels, you know I do. And I use them from different artists. And the funny thing is, I just printed out a sheet of Tracy Fox labels. And then while I was printing it out, I saw a notification on my telephone that Tracy Fox has posted something with the ABC. What? She's joining. I am so happy. She doesn't probably. I admire her so much. Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Tracy Fox. Absolutely, she's just amazing. Yeah. So that's glued down. Okay. This is going to be. I'm going to keep this as a flap, but I cannot remove this sticky stuff. So I need to cover it for some reason, in some way. So this is going to go underneath here. Yes, I'm just going to sort of make a fold to try and figure out. I want a spine here. Pencil. Ta-da. I did watch a couple of videos yesterday, one of which was Tonya Samuels. I've been following Tonya Samuels on Instagram for a couple of years, and I'm absolutely in awe of what she does. And this was actually the first video that I saw of her. And she's like, I don't do measuring, I do guesstimating. I was like, really? Oh my goodness, really? She's just guesstimating. So I'm trying guesstimating today. I will try to explain what I'm doing. I am going to take off a piece of this. I will measure because I won't sleep at night. Yes, how big do we want our spine? I think 1 inch. So I'm going to line it up on my mat. And I'm going to take off 1 inch. It's probably too tall, so I also need to make it 2 size. I actually want this to be an elastic binding. So it will have eyelets, an eyelet in the top and bottom. I'm just going to go for one signature. Now I'm thinking, do we want to add a spine on the front and on the back? Yes, 2 sides. I'm going to do 2 sides. There you go. So I'm going to do 2. I'm hoping you like long videos. You probably don't have time for long videos now because you need to watch everyone. You don't have time for me to do this, but yeah. I will do a couple of things off camera, I promise. Yes? So I have two spines. I'm also going to cut them to size. Yeah. And then I will cover them with some lovely paper. You could also cover them with fabric or cover. Just want to see. or tape or a beautiful washi tape. I think I might take out some fabric tape for this. I'm going to look for it. Yeah. So I'm going to cut them to size, these 2 size, and cover them all around, loves. Yes. They do not meet up in the back, but I really want to cover up this. So that's what I'm doing. Taking out something lovely, covering this up. I've chosen for a fabric tape, fabric tape. This is from 49er Market. This is the Color Swatch Charcoal. Absolutely love it. I'm going to do one on camera because I also want to tackle another prompt that's later on in the month. That is with the letter M. I am not doing the letter M, unfortunately. I put mitre on it. A couple of questions. What is mitre? Is that some people don't know, which is understandable because I didn't know. But I'm going to explain. Okay, I'm positioning my piece of my spine at a line on my mat, so I know it's sort of straight. And then I also want this on straight, hopefully sort of in the middle. There we go. Is that in the middle? No? But it'll work. It'll work. Okay, here's where the mitre part comes in. Mitering is actually cutting off something at an angle. Yes, like so. Cutting something at an angle. You can do this with this project, but also with the making of pockets or what have you. And let me explain why. Because I want to glue this. I want to fold this over. If you did not mitre it, this would be straight. Now you can just glue it down here. It will not create any bulk at all, so it prevents from your paper bulking up, and also it glues better now. See? Mitering, that is cutting at an angle. Yes. See? Learned something. If you didn't know what mitering was, I didn't know, loves. No, I had to write it down a couple of times because I kept forgetting what that word was. I knew about the cutting, but what was it called? Same with gussets. But that's the letter G. Okay, I have my lovely two spines now. Yes, I marked where I want them, because if I fold this in like so, I want this underneath, then here's the piece where the spine goes in on this side and on this side, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to glue them down just yet. I'm going to glue them down after I did the collage. Now I want to collage like a sort of a masterboard, but then with old envelopes and some pieces of letter correspondence with correspondence. That's what I want to do. So let me take out some scrappy bits, some old envelopes and such, and let's just sort of make a masterboard, which is with an M as well. But I'm not doing M, otherwise I would have done masterboard. Let me take out my papers. So I've taken out some lovely papers, some vintage, some antique, some digital. So of all sorts. Now there are a couple of things that I'm not going to collage, but put a piece of paper on. One of them is this. I'm going to put a piece of paper on this, the whole bit, and also this one. I'm just going to cover it and on the inside as well with one piece of paper. The rest I'm going to do a collage. Now, we already know spines are going to go here. This is going to be tucked under. So this is going to be the front of my journal. So I'm going to put something lovely here, like this. For sure. Yes. I want a tall strip. I'm going to take this off, because most likely I also want to use this. Yeah. And I'm going to glue it there. Most likely I will also add a little piece, especially on the closure of tape. Yeah, of washi tape to reinforce it. I think that's smart. I'm just taking out the glue stick, loves. Speaking of glue, oh my gosh, I did watch a couple of videos. Yes. Pixie K Designs did a whole video on adhesives. That means that's a fancy word for glue. And that was amazing, especially if you are a beginner. Yeah, it's very important because there are so many glues on the market to find the right one for the right project. And yeah, it was a very, very good video. Very educational. I did learn a couple of things. Wood glue, for some reason. She used wood glue. I thought that was amazing. But for collaging, I usually use glue stick. Now, everyone has their own favorite glue stick. I would not touch Prit, but she's like, no, Prit's the best. And I'm like, no, Ooh's the best. So it's also a personal preference, of course, which glue you use. Can we flip it over? We can. I'm just going to flip it over. Yes. So there's lots of spots here for me to collage on. If I'm going to do everything on video, it will be a video on collage, which is fine because, you know, it starts with an H. But that's not what we're doing. I want this here, but I also want a piece of the envelope. So I'm going to do some parts I'm going to do off camera and then show you, of course, what it looks like. But I want this part of the envelope with the postage stamp and a little bit of the writing. I did pick out envelopes that were a little bit older, so a little bit more yellowed, because I think the stark white on here wouldn't work unless you do everything. Oh, it's the one with tissue paper. That's cool. Bonus tissue paper. Yes, fantastic. So I'm gonna put this here. Yes. Now, with making masterboards, which is a type of collage, loves, I do not butt them against each other. I just overlap them. It looks nicer, and also you have less problem with everything, you know, curling up afterwards. So yes, I'm gonna put on the whole envelope. Why not? Why not? These are going to be larger pieces that I'm gonna put on. So no tiny snippety bits. But you could do this, loves. Yes. With snippety bits. There we go. I've already checked on the postage stamps. The experiment. They're already done. They're already done. Yes, you don't need to leave them in for hours. Just, you know, 15 minutes or so. Amazing. This is a part of a digital. I'm thinking, I'm not going to cover up telephone. No. Are you going to do this? Oh, I am. I am. Are you inking? No, because I did not ink these either. So no inking. So I'm just gluing on big pieces. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to decorate them. I'm going to do a little bit more decorating for sure. I will need another glue stick for this. What is this? Well, it's a piece of nature, but why is it here? I have absolutely no clue how that came here. I don't know. Well, you know, nature is just falling out of the sky. There we go. All the way to the bottom. Now, here's a trick for collaging, loves. I did not line it up with this one. Yeah? I'm just, you know, putting it a little bit removed from this. It's just more pleasing to the eye. This is a collage because you took 3 pieces of paper, you put it on, overlapped it a little bit. So voila, a collage. A collage. What I'm going to put on the other side? Well, we had this one. Yes. On the back side? Yeah. Yeah, apparently I am. This beautiful piece of... I am ripping up a piece of paper that is 100 years old. I know. I know. I'm not crying. No, that's my sort of my motto for this year. Use what you have. Stop hoarding. Stop hoarding. Also because I have no more space to put it anywhere. If you want to buy or get new stuff, you need to make space for it. So you need to get rid of the old stuff. It's the golden something. Mallet? I don't know. Hammer? I'm sorry, Sophie. My French is rubbish. Her Dutch is better than my French. She lived in Belgium for a little while, she told me. And, well, apparently they also... Well, not apparently, I know this. They also speak some Dutch there. That's a beautiful part, right? What's the inside of the envelope like? Is this anything special? It's not special. Here's what I'm doing. I'm taking off this whole piece. And I'm going to use this as a piece of paper. I need to remove the back part. We're not using this. We're not using this. I'm using this, but as a whole piece. Now here's the spine. So yeah, I'm going to cover up a little piece of that. But that's quite alright. So now I need some more over here. I have some more digital. And that is actually basically perfect. Yeah. Putting the glue on here. A little bit overlapping on the top. Are we flipping this over? No, this was the edge, the edge. Don't put it there, love. A little bit lower. There and there. A little bit more glue. Oh my gosh, put it under your fingernails. Why don't you? Yeah, I did. Was this tall enough? Wow, yeah. It's actually the exact same size. Yes, I'm gluing on my mat. Not really, I'm going to put this underneath. Does that help? Nobody knows. Could lick it, it's gummed. I'm not licking it. So a masterboard made out of junk mail, digitals, and the expensive stuff. Yes, I'm using the expensive stuff. But you can find these in digital form, loves. You can. Let's just see. I'm going to put it more. Where's the spine? The spine is there, towards this side. And more. No. Check the bottom, love. You need to put it here, otherwise this is not covered. Well, you could put on a label or a poster stamp. That actually looks cool, right? Yeah. Can we... No, I'm gonna trim it. I'm going to trim it, loves. Yeah? Then, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip it over to do the same here on the inside. I will come back to do these and these. So, this is how the inside turned out. This year, I'm trying to sort of get a little bit outside of my comfort zone. When I make these sort of masterboard of collages, to put stuff on its side and even upside down. This bothers me a little bit, but you just need to. You just need to evolve at some point. So upside down and on its side. Yes, it'll be fine. So I have a couple of pieces left. I have this piece left. I have taken out this strip. So I'm going to put this here. I will, however, ink this one for sure. And then I have two strippies. One here. I did not cut them exactly to size yet. Just going to glue them. Was this going to go here? Yes. Here? Here, on this side. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to cut all around this. And then this one on the inside. Yeah? Well, this is easy peasy. You just ink it, you glue it on. This is going to be a little bit more difficult, especially because there's this strip here. There's this strip here. So, and that's very sticky. So instead of putting glue on this, I'm going to put glue on this whole flap. My piece of paper is almost the exact same size. There we go. I'm not using any art glitter glue for this because I really want to be able to move this about a little bit. Yes, there's a strippy left here, but I don't mind. Also, I'm going to remove it the tiniest bit from the fold. Yes. So, fold it up. Does it work? Yes. Tiniest bit removed from this fold. There we go. Now, before I glue on the other piece, I really want the shape of this. So, I'm taking out my scissors and I'm cutting all around this. Yes. And then I'm going to do the same with the other side. A little bit removed from the edge and then trim all around it. Okay, I have these. Yes, lovely. I know this doesn't have any paper, but I'll probably ink it a little bit. That's quite all right. And then this one. I will, however, add some tape here. I'm going to put some tape over it, fold it over, because they're going to be stuck underneath and, you know, it'll probably eventually start to curl up. Same here. I'll probably add a piece of tape here. Yes, to just reinforce a little bit. Now, here's the thing, guys. Normally, I just fold it in. I have never put a spine in this sort of a project. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. I've marked it here. I know I can put one of these here. Yes. So I'm going to glue it on, hoping it will stay down. We also need to put in eyelets. Let's just start by gluing it down. We're going to start by gluing it down. This is the glue that I trust. Now, if you are using the fabric tape from 49er Market, this is repositionable tape. So you must also use glue. Otherwise, it won't stay glued because it's repositionable. It's sticky, but it's not glued. Yeah? Okay, do not be stingy with the glue, love. You need lots of glue because it needs to stay on. There we go. Right side up. We don't care anymore about right side up. Remember? You told us like 5 minutes ago. Hoping this is straight. Did I put it on straight? Straight, love. Straight, straight, straight. Yes. Now, I'm going to let it dry for just a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to try to fold this. Fold this, fold it. But it needs to be dry, dry, dry. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Why are you already doing it? I don't know. I'm impatient. I want to see if it works. Will it work? Will it work? Careful, love. Careful, careful. The other side. And now the other side. That one is probably more tricky. It's sort of working, but I'm thinking if I put in the eyelets, and I'm going to put in 3. 1, 2, 3. For this, I will need my big bite because I need to reach here. It will be even sturdier, right? I think so. I think so. Yeah. Let them dry, and then I'm going to put the other one on the other side over here. It will look awesome when it's finished. It will look awesome. Yes. And putting in the eyelets, I need big eyelets. Will certainly reinforce this, for sure. Did I put it upside down? No. Oh my gosh, I was like, did I put everything upside down? Everything upside down is not acceptable. No. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. Yes, and then I'm going to take out some eyelets. I had to use my big bite, this one, for the middle part. That was also off-centered, but that's quite alright for it to work. But it worked. Yes, it's on here now. It doesn't come off. I folded everything in. However, I did make a slight miscalculation on putting this in. I can put this in, love. That's not a problem. But then this is like this. And I want it to be straighter. But I think we can fix it. I think we can fix it. Because, let me show you. This is the bottom of the envelope. See? It's sort of a big bag envelope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this open, hoping it will work. So we have a little bit more room, but then to strengthen it, I'm going to put in eyelets here. But first, are you sure? Yes, I'm going to slide it open. If it doesn't work, I can glue it down again, right? Don't know. I'm going to try. Carefully, I'm just going to slide this. There we go. It's open now. On the ends here, a little bit more on the end here. Don't go through all the layers, love. Do not go through all the layers. Just this top one. And also, do not cut in your fingers. No, you're gonna need those. Is that working? If I put it in now. Yeah, see? That's much better. No, it needs a little bit more. I need more. Also need to put tape on here because that will start to... See, I need to cut this. Just cut it over here, love. Just cut it over here. There you go. I will close it up again. Yeah. This fits here now. I'm going to put eyelets or brads. Eyelets. Here on the edge. But we do have more room now. See? For this. And then you won't see the inside anymore. Hopefully. I'm gonna try. It will work. Yes, of course it will work. So I'm gonna put eyelets here on 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah? Great. Totally worked. Totally worked. Look, I can put this in. I need to put on tape, loves. Yes, tape first. Because this is very delicate paper. See? It's straight now. Straight now. Yeah. And as a bonus, cute. You could put on the dangles here. But first, I really need to do something about this because this will be, you know, damaged. I've taken out some tape. This is from Tony. From the lovely Tony. And I'm going to add glue because this really needs to stay down. No peeling up. Half here and half on the other side. I'm hoping I'm straight. Did not really check. Oh, straight enough. Straight enough. There you go. Also putting glue on the other side. Also strengthens the hinge here, the flap. And as a bonus, it just looks awesome. It looks awesome. I'm going to trim it, loves. Yes, so this is now reinforced. So easier to put in. But I also need some here because that also needs to be reinforced. I'm not going to use the big one. I'm going to use something smaller. Something smaller. What I also could have done is put the paper over it. But you know, taking the flap in, putting the flap in and out would probably also damage that. So hopefully this one works. This is a little bit more see-through, so I know where I'm gluing. But I need to glue underneath. You probably should have done that before you put in the eyelets, right? Yeah, that would have been the very, very most smart thing to do ever. But I can reach it. Hold it in. Use good glue, loves. Yes, not glue stick. Your best glue for this. Bum, bum, bum. So I'm going to trim this. I'm going to trim that. Fantastic. Let me quickly check how much time I have left. Well, I'm probably already over an hour. I'm going to do a Tony and spend a little bit more time on decorating. And also, let's see if the experiment worked. I quickly checked the time. Yes, we're going to go over an hour, but I already mentioned this, right? Yeah. Okay, let's check on the experiment first because there are a couple of items here that I actually want to use. As you can tell, they're already floating, except for this one. That was probably a sticker. So I'm just taking out my tweezers. Yes. And I'm just putting them on a piece of kitchen paper towel. There you go. They're just pretty. I especially love these. Yes. So now you have postage stamps. And they just look awesome. This is a piece of paper that we don't need anymore. I'm going to put this aside. Look at this. It's a whole big piece of postage stamp. Isn't that cool? Really cool. Now this was a sticker. I figured that was a sticker. So we don't need this. Then we have more postage stamps here. They're just floating, loves. Yeah. So you can use them. Now these were, and that's fantastic, these were glued over one another. And I'm hoping you can just use your fingers, love. I'm just using tweezers because I do not want to have very wet hands. Yeah, I have two of those now. They were overlapping. Overlapping, love, overlapping. Yeah, that one was a sticker, so we cannot use this. Ooh, I'm very sad that this was a sticker. Would have loved to have used that. So on the postage stamp, it's like fishing. As a bonus, we're also fishing. There you go. Oh, they're lovely. Now, I would not put them, overlap them on, oh my gosh, just use your fingers, love, on this, because there might be a little bit of glue left and they might get stuck to one another. Do we have anything else? No? I'm so sad. Can I peel this off? Well, sort of. It's gonna be fine. I really want this one. I love it. Yes? Okay, now let me get this back into the kitchen. And we're gonna let these dry. While the postage stamps are drying, I want to use a few of them for decorating. I want to do something else to the journal. Now, I'm a little bit sad because I forgot a step. Yeah, because this is actually an envelope. And why are we making this with an envelope? Because bonus pockets. They have a big pocket here now. Yes? I was trying to create another pocket here, but then, you know, silly me, I already put this in. Because I actually wanted to make a pocket here. Now, I'm going to try this, love. This might completely fail. I just want to make an opening with a knife. It would have been fantastic if I had room here to put in a cutting mat. I don't have a cutting mat, but it's a couple of layers thick. So I'm hoping to gently make an opening because I want to make a pocket in here. An integrated pocket, because there's space in between. There's room. There's room. Okay, so fingers crossed. If this doesn't work, yes, I will go through all of this and then I'm gonna put something here again. But for now, I just want to make a pocket here. I'm gonna take out my ruler and my knife, and I'm gently going to make an incision. I'm just gonna sort of stroke it. I am through this layer, but I don't know if I am. I'm not at the bottom. I'm not at the bottom. Let's see. Let's see. Is there an opening now? I did damage the paper, but that's quite alright. You're not going to see it because I have something fantastic planned here. Not yet. Not yet. Also, I think I need to make 2 incisions on top of one another. I'm gonna try again. Carefully applying a little more pressure, but not a lot, because we do not want to go through all the layers. We're still not. And it's open. Yay for me. I'm happy. I'm happy, happy, happy. Also, this needed to be. Careful, loves. Do not cut yourself. Do not ruin the paper. Just be careful. A little more of an opening here. Yes, is it open? It is. It's a pocket now here, yeah? But you don't see that there's a pocket there. So, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. Remember those that, well, I made, but let's be honest. This is all Tony. These are the large page tab thingies that I made. And they're awesome. These are the ones that I didn't decorate. They're just fantastic. These have gone viral. Everyone is making them, and rightfully so. It's really, really easy to do, and everyone is doing their own spin on it, and amazing. Now, I want to use one, but unfortunately, these are all probably too big for this, because I want to put one on the top of the... No, it's too big. On the top, over it. Yeah? So I'm going to make a new one. I have this piece of paper. Using this, yeah, but I need to measure how big I need it. So in case you haven't seen this amazing video on how to make these, I'm gonna make one from this piece of paper. I made this into a strip of paper that is 2 inches high, and then sort of the width of what I want to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna fold it in. You're gonna need a notch maker for this, loves. Yes. That'll be amazing if you have a notch maker. I'm going to fold it in half. Scoreboard would have been fantastic. I do not want to use a scoreboard today. There we go. Yes, in half. Take out your notch maker. Now you sort of position it there. See, so not there, just in the middle. The end is in the middle or a little bit over the middle, because that'll make a lovely skippity-doo. Tip, skippity-doo. Do the same with the other side. It's very easy. Ta-da, ta-da. I really want this, but I want to decorate it as well a little bit. I also want to round. Where's my corner rounder? Oh, we're using a corner rounder. Yes. Why am I excited? Another C. Corner rounder. Are you gonna do 7? No, I'm gonna do 4. Yeah, 4. Yes. I want to add, it looks like there's tape on here. There's not, but I'm going to add a little bit more tape because we just love this. What was the tape that I used here? Well, I know what it is, but where is it? Oh, there's a smaller version of this. Yeah, I'm going to use this. A little bit of Tony tape. Yeah, amazing. Just on one side because you're not even going to see the other side, loves. I'm just going to add a little bit of tape. Now, you can do some amazing stuff with this. You can put a cluster on. Am I going to put a cluster on? This video is going to be 2 hours long. Here's one. Here's one I made earlier. Isn't it fantastic? Yeah, it doesn't fit. I would have put it in there, but it doesn't fit. Are you going to put a cluster on? I might. Maybe. Shall I? Okay. And it will be in the pocket. Hopefully it'll fit. Come on, put it in the pocket. Yes, glued on. It will take a little bit of work to put in the right spot. There. So there's a pocket there. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, it needs a cluster. So I'm going to make a small little cluster. For this, I need some more papers. I have this. I have some postage stamps. Let me grab some bits and bobs, odds and ends, to make a lovely little cluster. Okay, here goes nothing. I really struggle with this, guys. But I did one. Yes, this worked out fine, right? Yeah, I think so. But I'm going to have it over there. I really want a piece of this envelope here on the top. I absolutely love it. And I've taken out one of the labels that I made during Mass Make March. Also want to have sort of this. I want a strip of this. I just want a strip. Are you just going to take off a strip? I am. I'm going to take this off. Don't need this. And I just want... Oh, I love that. But you're not going to see it. One strip of this. Let's see if this is going to be too long. Yes. Ta-da. I just wanted this. Yeah, it's going to be on here. Going to ink it, distress it. I have another postage stamp. I'm not afraid to use more postage stamps. Have a piece of this. Not a postage stamp. I don't know. Here's what I'm doing. First, I'm going to distress this one. Yes, I've been watching Tony. Distress it. There you go. And ink it. I've taken out ground espresso because I want this to be dark. Nice and dark. Yeah? It's gonna go here. So I'm going to glue this on. You don't need this part, love. Put it on there. Yes. Did you do it upside down? Yeah. This needs to go. Okay. I'm so rubbish at this, guys. Then I'm going to go this way. Are you? Already don't like it. Looks horrible. Take out another post stamp, love. Another one. This is one of the post stamps I just, you know, soaked off. There. Sticking out here. It could look lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one on. I just needed to go there. Sad face. See, I'm not good at all collages. This is one piece that I am absolutely rubbish with. Just ink it, love. Just ink it. Add this there. Yeah, and then I'm going to add boo-boo tape because boo-boo tape fixes everything, right? Needs to be a little bit longer. Big piece? No, not a big piece. Yes, big piece, but then in this color. Oh yeah, that looks lovely. Actually looks pretty cool. Let's also distress this a little bit. Do not distress your fingernails. Spent hours yesterday on trying to get them a little bit nice. Do we need hardware? Do we need hardware? If so, decide in advance. I'm gonna add hardware. A brad? Let's do a brad. That's not a lot of work. Just here. Make hole here. Make hole here. A hole big enough. I don't think I have time to make charms, loves. My apologies for this. But add charms. Yeah, if you want to. Yes. I'm going to glue it on, but first I'm going to put this in. That's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to use two sorts of glues. First glue is just glue stick, because we need to be able to maneuver it about. Just glue stick. Put it in. Am I still on camera? In frame? Doing the thing? Yeah, oh well, that went actually not that bad. There we go. And then we're gonna do this. Yes. Pocket. Yes, underneath here. And then I'm gonna add this to it. I'm gonna do this, guys. Yeah. Not that it helps because there's envelope stuff here. A little bit of glue everywhere. Because we don't actually need to lift it. It's more like a small little collage on here. Ta-da! Made pocket. Pocket here, pocket there. Signature. Yes, closing it up. I want to do a little something here. I'm going to put something here and do a little bit of decorating here. I really wanted to use another piece of this envelope, so I'm just going to put it here, sort of covering up where all the lines are meeting. I'm not covering up telephone, nor this piece that says number. No, because that's the part that I love most. Just some glue stick. Yes. Now my postage stamps, most of them are still a little bit wet. Well, this one's actually okay-ish. Yep. Oh, actually this one's dry. See, we just sort of salvaged it. And now we're gonna put it up. There you go. British and Arctic territory. I think I want one here. Are we going to do this? It's going to be an eclectic one because this one is not that old. These ones neither. These are Dutch with cartoons on them. Dat say, ik heb de kraan maar laten lopen. Kunt u het lekker... I don't know. It's a cartoon for something. I'm going to put this here. Something from the 80s I'm going to put on the 1880s. Or maybe even older. There we go. There you go. Are we going to do this here? I don't think so, loves. I don't think so. Oh, I have these. Oh, way better color. Yes, they're a little bit wet still, but that's quite all right. It'll be fine. Putting on some postage stamps. Yes, we put some here. Oh, and on the inside, what do we want on the inside? Well, lots of room here. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one here. Again, I'm gonna try to cover up the lines where they meet up. Over here. I'm also adding a piece of the boo-boo tape here. Why? Just because. Or there. Oh, apparently here. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Here's some noise in the back. That's Jackson. He's like, oh, I want something to eat. So he's eating something. So you probably hear this. More. Oh, we have some room here for a postage stamp. Put this here. Oh, that's an amazing one. I'm sorry, I have not seen all my own boo-boo tapes on paper yet. Used because I'm still using them. This is a big piece, right? But I could take a piece off if I want to. Or do the other Antarctica one. Yep. There's already a postage stamp here, guys. That's why I'm not putting a postage stamp there. I'm putting it all the way over here. Yeah? So if you want to, you know, learn a little bit about collage or decorating, that's the reason. If I put it there, they're sort of too close together. Needed tape. There we go. Do we want something here? I have this on my desk. Just gonna put it on because it's there. Do not want to put it away. I just want to glue it on. And there you go. Are we done? Ooh, do we want something here? Yeah, well, we had this one out. So why not use it? I'm gonna put it over the camera because the camera doesn't make any sense on this piece. But the boo-boo tape does. Is that it? Do you want... Oh, we need boo-boo tape on the front for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna take a big piece. Yeah, big piece. I'm just gonna put it here. Oh my goodness, look at this one. That's amazing. Another piece over here also to sort of yeah, I'm gonna fold it over. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, put it in. Boo-boo tape. Yes, please. There, there. There, I know I said there, but I was like, no, there's room here to put something. And we're gonna do a green one there. The grayish green. because why not? It's done. It's done. We started out, loves, with a junk mail envelope, a big envelope, and we turned it into this. So for C, I've used correspondence as a theme, but also as a supply, because I made this from all types of correspondence, newer envelopes, all the envelopes, letters and such. I did some in vintage stuff, in antique stuff, in more recent stuff, and also in digitals. Yeah, so we did correspondence, cover. I even did cluster and collage, big collage. Yes, big collage, small collage. I did not do charms, but you could, put lovely charms on here if you want to. Yeah, but I think that should be a separate video all by itself. So I'm hoping someone out there is doing charms for this day. Let's just hope so. That'll be amazing. So that's it for today, loves. I'll be back again this Sunday, not with an ABC video. I have an amazing haul for you. If you're into antique stuff, yeah. If you love these, you need to watch it, because just that's all I'm gonna say. And I'll be back again on Monday with what is it? Let's take out my Monday. F. I'm gonna do F on Monday. Now Tony is on tomorrow, D, Friday, and even Saturday, E. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. Lovely stuff. For sure. Yes? Okay. You can still join, loves. You can join any day that you want. Yeah? Please use the hashtag ABCApril 2025, and you can keep track of it, of all the videos, just using the playlist link in the description. I'm gonna put lots of in the description box. I cannot even remember what. I'm gonna put Diane in, and a video about collage, and most likely something else. But I'm gonna rewatch the video and then put all the links in. Amazing. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Also, thank you so much for joining me. Yes, let's keep this going. Fantastic. I'll see you this Sunday. Bye, guys.